All right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and today I'm going to be working on the Integra, guys. But before I show you what I'm going to do to it, guys, if you would like to support the channel, you could pick up some merchandise. The link will be in the description. All merchandise sales goes directly into funding these projects, so it helps out a lot. Pick up some merchandise. But yeah, guys, here we go, guys. We got a Junkyard pickup today, guys. I'm super excited about this. Now, if you look, guys, the door on this Integra is destroyed. It is just, I would have to get this piece, this top piece, welded on, but there's a huge dent right here. And guys, with this kind of body work, I can fix that, but it's really not worth it to fix it because it's gonna take about a day or two to fix that. And as cheap as I got this stuff, guys, it's not worth it to fix it. So I picked up these two doors, the two fenders for 150 bucks. And then I picked up those wheels for $100 for the four of them. Super excited about this, guys. This was a score. I went to the, so I seen on Marketplace, one of the local junkyards here. It's local. It's about 25 minutes from me. It's in Cowpen, South Carolina. And I seen he posted that he has an Integra up for parts. There was actually two of them. So I said, hey man, how much would you want for both doors? He said, give me $100. And I wasn't planning to get the fenders or anything, but I looked at my fenders and the bottom of them were kind of crashed up. So I said, you know, let me get the doors and the fenders. He said 150 bucks for the doors, two doors and two fenders. So I was like, man, that's a great deal. So when I got there, I started looking at the wheels. Now he didn't post a picture of the wheels, but when I got there, I seen the wheels on one of the cars, and I told him, I said, hey man, I'll give you $250 for everything. And he said, you know what? If you pull it off, you can have it for $250. So I pulled everything off, guys, and I got all of this stuff for $250. So yeah, I mean, you guys always tell me, man, where do you find these deals? Guys, on Marketplace, you have to stay active. You have to stay looking. You know, now this driver fender, I'm not sure that I need the passenger one, but the driver one on the bottom of mine right here, it's all bent up. And like I said, guys, with this stuff being so cheap, it's easier to just change it out. So I got the two doors, two fenders, and wheels. Now the wheels, guys, I'm not going to use those wheels on this Integra. One of the ways that I keep this channel going on such a budget, because the channel really doesn't make a lot of money, but the thing is, when I find these deals for 100 bucks, $50, $200, whatever I find the deals for, I buy them and I just tuck them away in the garage or put them in my backyard. That way I can use them for a future project. So that's how I keep this channel going, you know, on a strict budget that I have. So it helps out to find these deals, and you know, it's great that I found them, but those are going to be set aside for another project. So right now, guys, I'm going to get to working on the Integra, and I need to pull this front door off and this front fender. Now the problem is there's a fender guard under here, so I'm gonna have to take that out. I might have to take the wheel off just so I can get to it. But if you look, guys, here is where the fender was crashed up at the bottom. And like I said, the fender's not in bad shape. I could fix that, but with that stuff over there being so cheap, guys, there's no point of spending a bunch of time into the body work when I can just pull this off. It will literally take me probably 5 minutes to get that fender off, 5 minutes to get the other fender on. You know, once you get it off, it's super easy to get it back on. And once I take it off, I won't be putting the fender liner back on because I'm probably gonna get some rubbing with the wheels, so I'm just gonna leave the fender liner off, and I'm gonna get to that right now. All right guys, so to take this fenders off, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 bolts on the bottom, 1 in the middle, and we already got the bumper off, so we don't have to worry about that stuff, but it's really easy to take these off. Take that off, set it to the side, and that whole top piece is already ready to come off, and we'll get to the rest of them. And that's it. That one is off. Now we gotta take the ones under the door. We're gonna get this one at the top of the door. Now guys, it is really easy to forget about this one, but we're gonna get this one off. And then there's 2 more on the bottom, and this fender should just pop off. Oh, there we go, got it. Alright guys, so I got all those bolts loose, and I did not take the wheel off to get this fender liner off. I mean, I looked at it and it was barely holding on anyway, so just pull the fender off and we'll get that off later. But let's get the door off and get all this stuff replaced. All right guys, so we got that fender off and we are gonna take the door off. Guys, it is super easy to take this door off. Now with the door closed, this is the way I do it. Some of you are gonna say do it a different way, but so what I'm gonna do is, with the door closed, since I don't have help to pull it off, someone's gonna be here in a little bit to help me put it back on, but I wanna get the door off now. I am going to take the hinges off from right here. There's 2 bolts on each hinge. I'm gonna take that off, and then I'm just gonna pull the door harness off, and once I remove those 4 bolts, the door will still be closed. It will be hanging on the latch, so it's not gonna fall off when I remove those bolts. And then I'll open the door handle and pull it off once I get those bolts off. So that's how I'm gonna do it. All right guys, so we're gonna take the door off, and before we take the hinges off, we need to hit that out, and it's gonna be real simple. Just tap that up and that's off. So guys, I'm just gonna take these bolts out and I'm gonna hold the door in at the front. So guys, while I'm taking this off, I'm just holding the door with my other hand, and now that we got that off, we're going to be able to, you can see it's still on there, we're going to be able to just pull the door off now. Alright guys, so I'm ready to take this off. Now I'm going to grab it from in here and by the hinge to open it a little bit, and now that I got it open a little bit, I can just pick it up and pull it off. It's that simple. All right guys, so we got the door off, and guys, I'm only about 15 minutes into this. Super easy, and this right here will save me a lot of body work, so I cannot complain guys. Buying those doors was a great time saver, and that door needed a lot of work. Now the door panel is in great shape. I'm gonna reuse that door panel, but right now we're just gonna go ahead and start installing the new doors. All right, guys, I am going to put this on the same way I pulled it off by myself, and I'll show you a trick after to help align it pretty easy. So we're gonna go ahead and set that in there. Close it on there. We are on. And that's it for this part. Now let's bolt it back up. All right, guys, so these bolts are way out of place. Now what I'm gonna do is I got the bolt right here, and what I'm gonna do is lift it up from the bottom just to get that in there. And now, guys, I want to get all of these bolts on before I tighten them down. But when I tighten them down, I'm gonna be holding it up. That way I can line the door up. And if you don't hold it up, you won't get the rest of these bolts in either. All right, guys, so we got the door, all the bolts on, and now we're just gonna hold it up. I'm gonna hold it up, push in, and tighten this down. And that's it. All right, guys, now that we got it on, we're just gonna close the door. It closes fine. I think we're good to go. Yeah, guys, that door opens and closes fine. And if you look at the gap now, it's all even. So we got that on. We're gonna put the door stopper pin in and then put the fender on. Right, guys, we're gonna put that pin back in, just line it up and push that down in there and tap it down. And that's it, guys. Just like that, we got the door on. All right, guys, so to put this fender on, we're just gonna put it on the same way we took it off, and we want to get this under that. There we go. Line these bolt holes up and just put the bolts in now. Right, guys, so we're just gonna put these fender bolts back in, and guys, they kind of line themselves up, so there's not too much room for adjustment here. So once you put these things on, you know, kind of eyeball your fender, make sure it's lined up with the door, and then that's it. Go for it. Just tighten it down. And if on the back there is a little hole that lines it up, and that's gonna be it. All right, guys, so we got the door and fender on. Super excited about this. This was a great deal. Now the fender has a little dent there, but I should be able to knock that out in 2 minutes. And the driver door as well, it's a small dent right here. But guys, that fender and that door was almost not repairable. So I'm happy that I was able to find this stuff at such a great price. Now I'm gonna go on and install that stuff off camera. I'm gonna wrap the video up here, guys. I was really excited about this junkyard find, and you know, this is a new junkyard that I've actually never been there before. Guys, I've been going to the pick-a-parts, the LKQs, and I've been striking out lately. The parts there have become so expensive, and you know, it's just not, for me, it's not worth it to go there anymore. Like, I try to go, I was gonna pick up an engine, trying to do a case swap. I want to say the engines used to be like $289 or $329 or something like that. Now it's up to like over $600, and they're not having those 50% off sales. So I'm excited I was able to find this junkyard, and the guy there was pretty cool. He said if I pull the parts, he'll give me a great deal, guys. And $250 for 2 doors, 2 fenders, and a set of wheels. A set of wheels, guys, it was a steal. So I'm excited about that. But I'm gonna wrap the video up here, guys. And before I do, guys, next video on this car, I am going to be putting on the $50 Rust-Oleum paint job. Pick these up on sale, $12 a piece. Super excited about that. Haven't done a Rust-Oleum paint job in a while, but guys, here's why I'm gonna do a Rust-Oleum paint job. If you look, guys, this is full of Bondo, and there's some cracks and stuff there, and dents, and the quarters wavy. So there's probably a lot of body work under there. I'm gonna sand it and fix it as best as I can, try to get it straightened out. But the thing is, if it starts to be too much time, if I start taking too much time on it, I'm probably just gonna knock it down, sand it, try to do a little bit of filling over it, and keep moving, guys. This project needs to get done. I didn't want to spend a lot of money into the car because I knew that the quarters were in rough shape, the doors were in rough shape, the fenders were in rough shape as well, but I knew I would be able to change that stuff out. So I've changed that stuff out, and the fenders and the doors, but the quarters still need a lot of work, and I don't know if I'm going to put all of that work into them. They're not that bad looking at it, but I mean, if you know about body work, when you start seeing that cracking and you start sanding down, who knows what you're going to get into when you get to that point. So that's why I'm not going to spend a lot of money on paint and stuff like that. $50 Rust-Oleum paint job is pretty good. They look good. Once you spray them on and wet sand and buff them, you get a nice shine. And I've had cars that I use that on, and 3 years later, the paint still looks good. You know, it just depends on how much you wash it, how much you clean it, and take care of it. So we're going to go with the $50 Rust-Oleum paint job next. And yeah, this car is a budget car, guys. I'm going to knock it out for well under $1,500, and I'm going to get to that. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 79th Productions. And if you would like to support the projects, guys, pick up some merchandise. That always helps because merchandise sales goes directly into building these projects. So that's it for this one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless you guys.